22 years old, and I am from Colorado. So I am interning with the Senate Finance Committee for Senator Grassley from Iowa. So in the mornings I wake up usually around 7 a.m., take a shower, get dressed, walk to the Catholic University of American metro station, which is about a mile away from our dorms. And then you have to cram into a metro, and then I get off at Union Station and have it. In Colorado, we're not as fast paced, so to see people hustle and bustle all the time is definitely a different world to be experiencing. I have about half a mile walk to my office. So main responsibilities in my office probably include, one, the biggest in the morning is we get the mail and the newspapers for the office. And then I just do random stuff, typical clerical work, answering phones, doing mailings, sending out letters. Right now we're in the process of moving offices. We're doing a lot of archiving, so I'm getting experience with that. And then I work directly with Senator Grassley's staffer, who's very passionate about child welfare issues, so I'm doing a couple little projects for her.
I've had him do, a number of projects relative to the Senate caucus on foster youth. We're having a series of working sessions over the summer that he'll be involved in helping. He's got a long-term research project that I've asked him to do. He helps, Kevin and the team out a lot. We're sort of, if you can tell, we're in close quarters here. And so, it's sort of all hands on deck when something needs to be done. She has great energy, good work ethic, always very positive, always very upbeat. But, he's very professional, very accessible, very pleasant, a hard worker, a good writer. I've had him do drafts of, letters to the editor that we've worked on. Just done a lovely job.
People in my office, I think, are one of a kind. They're always willing to sit down with you and kind of explain to you the whole process of what goes on in the Senate, and if they're working on legislation, they'll kind of run you through how the whole bill is laid out, and they're very open to discussion, very open to helping you figure out any solution that's needed. Probably one of the most memorable moments I've had while working in this office is our office was one of the main proposers of House Resolution 4213, which is also known as the Extenders Bill. And during our senator's speech, he allowed me and another intern to have floor privileges. So during some debates, we were able to go to the Senate floor, which was a very cool experience. So I'm very passionate about child welfare issues, and with recent experience, I've been exposed to a lot more of the emotional side of the child welfare system, including personal stories, the resources that youth really aren't receiving, and how they're dealing with it. With this internship, I'm really seeing the whole policy side of it. I'm seeing how legislation's passed to better these youth that are in foster care, and it's definitely helped me get an all-around view of how the child welfare system works.
But a lot of them are compelled to, to give back to the system or mentor folks, and I think working in policy, they can see maybe another avenue for doing that through the legislative process. We looked last year, I believe it was, some of the kids who were here through the program had an idea for a piece of legislation that actually was included in the health bill. We were pleased and supportive of that. So, they get an opportunity to see a different type of world, to see sort of a different process for how change can be effective. That I think is helpful to sort of broaden the scope of their experience and the scope of their influence.
The foster youth internship is definitely one of a kind. Being able to get the first-hand experience working with policy and legislators is not something a lot of youth who have transitioned out of the foster care system get the chance to do. So the program in its meaning is beyond probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It's really a good program, and we couldn't have been more pleased with Jeremy. I find these kids just absolutely remarkable and engaging. What they've been through and what they've been able to overcome is really inspiring, and their good nature and their enthusiasm and their eagerness to please is just, it's really refreshing.